Welcome, Nitin.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Wow.
Apple, you can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. So complete set with the branding, eh?
Ah, first question is about the brand. So why not use the brand?
Yes. So just give me a moment. I'm getting the Facebook thing live.
Dipti is perfect.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
Hi,
So
Dipti.
all have to join in this meeting. Hello, Mr. Atul.
Hello. Yeah.
Nitin, sir.
Yes. Yeah,
You want
Dipti,
the
what
team
is
to
it?
join in this meeting directly?
Yeah.
The marketing team to join in?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Puri, if I just directly give them, I have given them the meeting ID. So
Yes.
they can directly
That's
log in
good
through
enough.
meeting ID, right?
Yeah, there is no password. Yeah.
Not necessary to register also. Or
Register,
they have to go through the registration process.
They will be asked to put in their email ID and phone number. That's the regular thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm just sharing with you the Facebook page where this video is live. You might want to share it in your circle. So we are live here. Yeah.
Okay.
So in corporate connections, you are the franchise owner, or what is the designation that you have?
Yeah, I'm the franchisee owner from Mumbai.
Okay, and what are you generally called? Because I think yesterday I heard that you were the
Executive Director.
captain.
Executive Director.
Executive director. All right.
Right.
So Nitin, I've made you the co-host in case you want to share something. Welcome, Ahuja ji.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm starting a watch party there.
Okay, fantastic. So Deepthi, what do you manage at Technocrats?
So, sir, I'm the executive assistant to Mr. Munot,
Okay.
and
So you
yeah.
are the CMD and he's the face. Is it like that?
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Please, I'm just his executive assistant,
Right.
and I'm the coordinator for corporate connections.
Fantastic. You're doing an awesome job.
Thank you.
Yeah. So welcome, Saurabh. Welcome, Mahesh.
Afternoon, Atulji.
Good afternoon, Jay.
Hi, Mahesh. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, madam.
So Atul, we are already live.
Yes, we are live.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So we'll take another 5-7 minutes, not even 7, maybe around 5 minutes for allowing the people to come in. And
Right.
today the session is going to be an awesome and a power-packed session. Okay, I can already feel the energy. Can you beat it? So I'm sitting in Gurgaon, and Nitin is in Mumbai. You're in Mumbai only, right?
Yeah.
Are you elsewhere? Okay, fantastic. So the energy is so high that I can actually feel the heat over here in Gurgaon. All right. So we'll take a couple of more minutes and we can have some chit chat while we're waiting for some more people, and then I'll introduce you formally, Nitin. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
After that, you'll have say around half an hour for a conversation, and then I'll take around 5 minutes to share about the CEO talks, how we've been building it over the period of time, and then
Yeah.
we'll open it for questions. And I think around 10-15 minutes would be there for questions. That I think is the most important thing, the most interesting thing. All right.
Looking forward.
And as it is, you are a very well-known person. Most of the people have known you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yep. And especially your handlebar mustache, that is like awesome. I can see your lapel pin is also similar. So have you custom designed it or did you get it somewhere, and what is the story behind it?
So it's a custom designed specifically, and
All right.
that's a brand. What
Yeah,
I mean,
I could see that. It is there on your website also.
yes,
The T has the
correct.
yeah. All right. Awesome.
That's a nice observation, Mr. Puri, though.
Thank you. So welcome, Rajiv. Welcome, Ravindra ji. And welcome, Manish.
Yes, good afternoon. Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Good
Thank you for
afternoon,
welcoming.
everybody. Good afternoon, everybody, and Mr. Munot.
Good afternoon and good evening, everyone.
Yes. Good evening कर ही निकलेंगे हम यहाँ से.
Early good evening. Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe live we could have started after the meeting starts.
Yeah, no worries. So fantastic. So it is 4 minutes past 3 and we are all set for an awesome session. So today our speaker for the day is Mr. Nitin Munot. Okay, Nitin Munot is a self-made entrepreneur. He comes from humble beginnings, and I can definitely say that he is one of those rags to riches kind of a person. He may not like it, but riches, I would say he's a rich human being. Okay, he has been carrying that humanity with him. He is so accessible. A couple of days back when I invited him for this conversation, he picked up the phone, I think within around one ring or maybe two rings. And after that, he has been consistently speaking. How will it be? What do you need? Is everything okay? This is something which is really awesome. Okay. This really tells how great the person is, how great the human being is. As they say, okay, फल जैसे जैसे एक फलदार वृक्ष को फल लगता है वैसे वैसे वो झुकना शुरू कर देता है. So I can definitely experience that in Nitin. All right, we could talk about his educational background. So he comes from a place called Daund, which is a taluka place in Maharashtra. He did his college in Mumbai, in Pune, in Ferguson College, and then after that he came to Mumbai. He did his first job as a quality professional. Later on, he moved on to be a sales professional. So, so there are very few companies in India with whom you worked and it actually tells that you've arrived. Okay. One of those companies is HCL, which comes from North. Another company is Eureka Forbes. Okay. Any guy who says that I have worked with Eureka Forbes, you don't need to look at the credentials. He is definitely an awesome person. And the person who we have today is a Eureka Forbes grounded guy. All right. And on top of it, another awesome company which had its origins in Calcutta is Chorus. Chorus is another business automation company. So after having sold their products, I was going through one of his interviews wherein he told that he went to a customer. This customer said, why do you bring such products to me? Why don't you start manufacturing something awesome? And that is where, over a cutting, he decided that, yes, this is the moment for me. And that is where, as Amitabh Bachchan would say, Kallu se Kalia ki kahani wahan se shuru hui. All right. So this is Nitin Munot for you. Nitin, please share something about you. We really want to hear from you. I'm sure I have not done enough justice to who you are.
You have said that, and you had mentioned almost everything, leaving hardly anything to say for me. I can only say that, I'm a born salesperson. I have sold anything to anybody, and I can still do that. I don't feel shy even to do a cold call now. So sale is in my blood, and I love doing that. So when you love doing what you do, then you will always be fresh. Your mind will be fresh, and that's how I am, always fresh and raring to go.
Awesome. Now, since you said that, so invariably, sales and marketing are always on loggerheads in most of the companies, at least in the corporate space. And you, the detail with which you have been working on your brand, the ethos, the manner in which you carry it, I think that is awesome. So would you please tell us something about the brands that you've created along the journey?
So, how do you define a brand? Brand is what you have delivered the last. Brand is what you had promised the last, and brand is what was your last word to your customer. And have you done a justice? Have you fulfilled that particular promise? Then it would automatically turn into a brand. So if you see that a brand is in a person, brand as a product, and brand as a service, they all have one common thing, is persistently delivering the best. And once you start doing that, nobody requires for you to introduce. Nobody would require to introduce Sachin Tendulkar. Nobody would require to introduce Shah Rukh Khan, or nobody would require to introduce Tata products. So it is like this. The moment you start delivering any service or product in a particular manner, or a sports person, if he is scoring runs consistently or doing what he can do the best and keep doing, that is what converts into a brand. So we at Technocrats Kulava, we always think that whatever we want to deliver, do, and get the services done or install our products, we make sure that we always deliver within time. And that is why we get recognized over and over again. And one more thing which I want to say as last thing is that, few years back, I've seen, we all know Just Dial. Just Dial was doing, of course, a good job. But when they got associated with Amitabh Bachchan, and if you see journey thereafter, what happens is when you get associated with a brand, you also become a brand. And that's what happens. And that's what I want to say about a brand.
Awesome. So tell us something more about Technocrats, why this name, and something more maybe about the logo. And they say red is the buying color, and you've definitely chosen the red color. Tell us something about it as well.
So basically, Technocrats name came from a technology. We are driven by technology. We always think that we create and others follow. We have never followed anything. We have never copied anything. And that's why the name Technocrats. The red color is something, is an aggression. Red color is something, an attraction. Red color is something which we want to say is that we are here to take on the world, and that's why the red color is there. It is not going, red color is not going to be taking anything humbly. Red color is always going to march ahead. So that's what a color. I told about why Technocrats, because it's a technology. And then coming to our products and services, if you see, what is important is that today we need to have an innovation and diversification. So 35 years back, we started with a product like a hand dryer. Then we followed in the similar region like air curtain, automatic shoe polishing machines, automatic urinal flush and automatic tap, etc. We were doing automated hand sanitizer also 20 years back. People are talking about it now, but we have been doing it about 20 years back. Apart from that, we then shifted to automation. So we started with automatic sliding doors, gate automation, boom barrier, bollards, then many such a thing, that we have been doing. And then we have shifted to docking bay. So we do dock leveler, sectional door, dock shelter. We have been associating with companies from Europe, especially like Dorma and Kaba. So, today, if you see, we started from a product like hand dryer, but now we have diversified to the level of getting into the important product like sound barrier. So if you see in Mumbai specifically on many bridges, this product is getting installed. We are the only company having a German standards in India. Then we go to a product called platform screen door, which is required on the train's platform, so that nobody is falling down, nobody is doing a suicide, and it is a mandatory. But we are the only company in India manufacturing this product. So you can see this is what our product range, and last 35 years we have reached there.
And I also hear that this platform door that you're talking about, here you beat Chinese on price.
Yes. So
can you tell something about it? Because that is, see, today the highlight of today's conversation is Atmanirbhar Bharat. Okay, so we really want to get this out that Indian entrepreneurs are among the best. Okay.
Okay.
And so let us hear from you. What is it that makes you the best, and how you've been sensing these things?
So I would go like this, that as I mentioned that we have always tried to make things on our own. And what we did, we started about this concept a few years back. And we were the only company which were saying about using a platform screen door half height. There are full height, we are talking about half height. And when it came to Hubli Dharwad tender, so there it was a global tender. It was not a very huge amount. It was hardly about 19 crore, but still they went global. And there were only two companies who had participated, one by us and one by Chinese company. And when we saw a Chinese company participating, we were a bit worried and anxious when tender was about to open. And when tender was opened, and when the people saw even there was a Chinese person, and they were shell shocked, because what they had quoted, we were 50% lower than them in the price, and they were just not believing that something like an Indian company can do a product what they have been doing for ages. It is not that we were actually manufacturing this product, but still we were technologically so ahead and our product was so good, and still we were 50% lower than that. And today I proudly say this product we not only installed, it is working for 2 years almost, carrying 1 lakh passengers every day. And also we have given much more than what they were asking. And that's why we also got recognized, and that project got recognized that one of the best mass transit project in India last year.
So let me ask the audience, if this is something what you really liked, we want to have a round of applause from your side. So maybe a thumbs up, so you may put something in the chat box or give a thumbs up. All right. So all this is for you, Nitin.
Thank you.
All right. So though it may be the people on your shop floor who've created it, they may be the people who've reduced the pricing. Okay, but unless you were there, unless you told them that I am behind you, they would not have been able to do this.
Agreed.
Right? So a big thank you to all your team who stood by you, and an equally big thank you to you for having watching their back. All right.
So I want to add a small thing here. Most of them are watching right now on a Facebook and is also available here. My colleague Manish is there as well. And then there were other people. My other colleague Anu, she had also played a very important role, and many other engineers and technicians. So actually a small story I want to tell here.
Please.
Yeah, when we thought about doing this product, even a company like a German company, I do not want to name the brand, they had backed out and they said, no, we will not able to do this and we should not do it because in India it may not work. Mind you, the platform screen doors are installed not in air conditioned environment, but on the open platform of a bus stop, okay, where anybody can enter by paying 5 rupees or 10 rupees ticket. And you know, in India, that how people use the public services and how they, think that it becomes their property. So one part is that, but the other part is when we were thinking of doing this, we were actually tied up with some gentleman who last minute backed out in a film style and said, I don't want to do it. If you think you can do it, do it. And you know what happens is, it is a kind of a saying that once you may not be even able to swim, but somebody throws you in the water. If you have to survive, you have to learn swimming. In that case, similar thing happened. In our case, being all of a sudden in the position to do something which we have never thought about. So people stood by us. Manish is there right now. The Anu is there. There are other technicians. They all came together. We stood there. We said, we are going to do it. And you will not believe, within 3 days, we were supposed to give the demonstration in Hubli. Within 3 days, the product was ready and that got approved in the first demonstration. So that's what I wanted to share. So
Awesome.
Definitely the team is important.
Awesome. So in this, you used a term filmy style. So I got present to it. You also have a filmy connection. What is it?
So when I came to Mumbai, I had that kind of a feeling like any other person. I came from Daund and I wanted to be wanted to act in the movies, and I also wanted to become somebody in the movie. And somehow that gist was there when I came. I was staying in 4 bungalows, and I used to see a lot of newcomers, strugglers there, and I also felt, let us do a portfolio. I did a portfolio of mine. And when I looked at a picture, I only thought, I think it's better that I get into some other field. But I was into bodybuilding, and it so happened then one of the gymnasium when I was doing a bodybuilding, that Devanand was actually looking out for some bodybuilders, and he wanted them to be with the hero Jackie Shroff, and that's how I got the chance in 1986-87, the movie called Sache Ka Bol Bala. And like me, there were 8-10 bodybuilders. We have no dialogue, but we had that opportunity to mingle around Dharmendra and Hema Mali and many actors in that time, and easy access to Mehboob Studio anytime go. So that was more important for me than anything else. But I think my career in movies lasted for one movie. That's it.
Wow. Awesome. 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 It's like been there, done that. Right. Okay. So my next question to you is, one is, how do you sense an opportunity? Because that, I think all of us are entrepreneurs here. And many a times we realize that I could have done this, but I don't do it. So how is it that you sense an opportunity and then take the action at that time?
So I had mentioned this in my last interview also. See, the opportunities is like this when um, if you are in the hall and if I crumple a 100 rupee note and throw in a crowd of 50 or 100 people and saying, okay, this 100 rupee note I'm throwing, anybody who wants to take this 100 rupee note, they should give me a 20 rupee note, which is a fresh note, and take this crumpled note. You will find if there are 50 people, 49 people may not even think of doing that. Some people will say, let others do that. And only one person will stand and take that note and go home. Now, what is he going to lose or gain? Once he open it, he may find that the particular denomination note is not genuine, so he loses 20 bucks. But if that is genuine, he gains 80 rupees. So opportunities are always like this. They always knock your door. You need to be flexible. You need to be open. You need to act very fast to grab that. And that's how I have done. I have never thought twice for anything. I take decision in first 15 seconds to do whatever I want to do. Even if I have to buy, when I bought a house or anything which may be of crores rupees, but first 15 seconds is what I take to take a decision. Not every time your decisions will be that, very good, but 90% of time they are. And the more faster decision you make, the more better it is. And that's why, that's how the opportunities also work, taking a decision fast.
Awesome. 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 So two more things. You are a sales guy.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
So what is it? And on top of it, you are also a person who loves teaching.
Yes.
So we have a deadly combination, a sales teacher. So I want to leverage this opportunity. So in about 2 minutes, what is it that you can teach to all of us from the sales domain?
So as I said, I'm a born salesperson. I started selling, we had a cloth shop and I was selling a pant piece and a shirt piece by keeping in my bag to my school friends and their parents. I had sold crackers on a road, or I did anything which I can do right from a young age when I was hardly in 7th standard. So sales is in my each and every vein and a blood. So I feel for selling, you need to sell yourself first. You need to be giving a story. People don't buy products. They buy a person who's selling. People see what you're telling them. People want the solution. They don't want product. So it is very important that whenever you speak to a person, you don't have to sell a product. You have to create a relationship. The relationship is what going to give you a sale, because I feel sale is the last thing of a relationship when you are actually going to do any transaction. So this is the transaction which would come last. If a person believes in you, if the person thinks, yes, this person is going to give you what he is promising, and that is what the last thing he will say is, okay, I'm giving you this order.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So my takeaway from this is people buy people.
Yes.
They don't buy products.
Correct.
Awesome. So if our audience, if you think this is something what you're taking back home, give a thumbs up or say yes or some applause. All right. Let me look at what other question. Okay. So tell us something more about Technocrats as a company and where do you want to take it?
So I had already mentioned about our product range.
Yeah.
And I feel for anybody to sustain, we need to look ahead and see what is going to be there for you and how. I give an example, like we started with a product like hand dryer, then we entered into automation. Today, I'm doing a product like a sound barrier and a platform screen door. We have also done a project in, we were a partner for Konkan Railway as well in a Skybus. So in which we have done a Skybus station door as well as a Skybus door. So we have always tried to see that what is next. And if, for example, hygiene, when we started in 1986, we were hardly few manufacturers in India for hand dryers and similar products. But somehow, if you see today, because of China's influx, Indian manufacturers have totally gone down. The unfortunate part is those who were manufacturers, they are also importing from China and selling their product. So our own industry, we are killing by importing such a substandard products from a country like China. So in that case, I always thought that we need to always see what better you can do, what next you can do. So similarly, we turn from hygiene to automation to the products such as platform screen door by having that vision that what is it going to happen for next 5 years, next 3 years. So whenever we go out, I rather go out in different countries. I see what is happening there and what they are using, what technology they are using. So we try to get that technology to India. And if you see now, our next vision is we are almost very close to tying up one Japanese company in IT domain. IT domain means not for the computers or software. It is in terms of smart city solutions, because whatever we are doing is close to smart city. So our next vision is to come with a company, tie up and get into a smart city solutions in a big way.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Fantastic. So we see this logo behind you called Corporate Connections. Would you tell something more about it?
So as I also said that today what is important is, you need to be a part of a different networking platforms. Like eGrowth is one of the platform. Similarly, we have a EO, YPO, similarly is a corporate connection. So corporate connection is a premium global networking platform. And what it gives is, it is giving you two things important: exponential growth in your business, and there is another concept of forum, where within the chapter we can come 6-7 people together, help each other in any kind of a problem. So what happens is, a case like this, we are under pandemic, but because of such a forum, I can tell you that I have whatever work I have done in last 3 months, I must not have done it in last 5 years. So that's the kind of work is happening, because you get people who are, getting you, in a way that they are showing you a path which is must be, we couldn't have reached in normal circumstances. We have members who are doing a business of $10 billion, $15 billion. So you can imagine when you are getting a company of such a people, you are only going to go up and ahead. And that's what Corporate Connection is doing. I am very happy to tell that I am an executive director for Corporate Connection Mumbai. And we have our one chapter already with 17 members, wherein average turnover of each member is not less than 300 crore. So that's the kind of wealth we have.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. So you please have a glass of water. I will take around 5 minutes to talk about CEO talks, and then we will open up for questions. All right.
Yep.
So I just tell you that I'm short of words. Awesome. All right. That's one word with which I'm leaving you right now. So here's a small presentation on CEO Talks. CEO Talks got unlocked during lockdown. We started on the 25th of March. Till date, we have touched around 6,000 participants. Various topics on which we have had conversations is Atmanirbhar Bharat. So starting today, we are starting this initiative wherein we are inviting those speakers, those entrepreneurs who are impacting Indian industry such that India becomes self-reliant. All right. So thanks, Nitin. You're the first one. All right. We've also had conversations on branding, sales, marketing, business consulting, industrial engineering, business automation, business opportunities, information technology, compliance, legal experts, investment experts, as well as entrepreneurship. So if you think there is somebody in your circle who must come and speak here, we'll be glad to have a conversation with them. You may please share their number with me or my number with them. All right. On Saturdays, what we do is we have an industry connect, wherein we have a panel discussion where we are talking, having a larger conversation. So far we've had the presidents and the chairmen of various associations and chambers across the country who have come and spoken on various aspects, the industry at large, the international business, women issues, work from home. These are some of the issues that we've already covered. So tomorrow is going to be another such interesting session where we will be talking about Atmanirbhar Bharat. Okay. Sundays, we've kept these as lazy Sundays. We call this as Chapal, experience laziness, where we don't talk business. You just come. So as Nitin was saying, that in sales, you start with the relationship. Okay. So Sunday is the day when you start building that relationship with other business owners. We talk about how your childhood has been, your college days, how did you start something, these kind of conversations. All right. So you're most welcome on the same ID, morning 9:30. You have an opportunity to speak on CEO Talks. You can get in touch with me and we can figure out how is it that you can do that. We are definitely looking for sponsors so that this can be a self-sustainable model. All right. These are some of the communities which support us. So Empowerment Talks is a community from Dubai. So I was a speaker there. The founder was a speaker here, and we exchange the messages among us. All right. Institute of Digital Marketing is from Thane. BBN Global is Brahman Business Network Global. So they're from Nasik, and they've got chapters not only in India, even globally. Federation of Buying Agents, Synergy Talks. Okay. Lajja is a women-oriented organization. BNP Cafe is again another one from Mumbai. Then Anva is from Mathura. Okay. Go is Get Overbooked. They are a platform, a learning and development platform on marketing. Okay. So Nitin, if you think it is great, it makes sense, we could probably be community partners. So that'll be great. So we could share what are your events that you're doing, and we'll be glad if you could share our events in your community. All right.
Yep. Yeah.
The people behind is eGrowth, the leverage platform. We are the world's first bad ecosystem BAD stands for Business Advisory and Business Development. We are all about empowering and enabling businesses. The journey started way back in 2014, and incidentally, it started in the city of Mumbai. Today, we are spread across the country, and we are looking forward to go out of the country as well. Right now, we have a community of around 30,000 business owners. These are some of the images of various events, trainings, workshops that we've conducted in the past. We went on a road trip to Punjab. These are images from there. We went on a road trip to Western India. This is from there. And we also partnered with Startup India for the Startup India Uttar Pradesh Yatra. These are images from there. And then we've been doing various engagements with various platforms across India. So right now what you see here are some images from Shimla in Himachal Pradesh, from Jharkhand, from Uttar Pradesh, Kanpur in Uttar Pradesh, from Udaipur in Rajasthan. We also did a boot camp for Dalmia Bharat Group. We also continue doing events specifically for women entrepreneurs. So we have an event called Celebrating Womanhood. We just, on the 8th of March this year, we did the 3rd season. And there is some media coverage which you can see here. All right. How is it that you can associate with eGrowth? One is we've got our portal. You can create your profile here. You can post blogs and articles. You can list events, and you can also list opportunities, both requirements as well as offers. Right now, we have more than 18,000 people who've registered here. Registering on the portal is free. Beyond that, you have the choice to subscribe. Okay, we are pretty active in social media. Our social media handle is eGrowth.org. We're there on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, WhatsApp. Okay, I suggest that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, because all our CEO talks, the recordings are over there. Today is the 94th one. Next week, we should be hitting the century mark, and we are trying to make it as big as possible. All right. We have a lot of active engagement by way of workshops and trainings, networking events, introductions, sessions, CEO talks. You're a part of one. And we also have something called as the Inner Circle. An Inner Circle is a structured platform which meets every Friday. There is a team which manages it. The method is distributed consulting, wherein we have peer-to-peer conversations. The medium is online. The scale is global. It is agnostic of the industry. There are 5 key highlights of the Inner Circle. The first is opportunities. Second is addressing the challenges of the businesses. Third is knowledge sharing. Fourth is second degree contacts. And fifth is industry connect, which what essentially means is we reach out to various industry bodies and explore how is it that we can collaborate with them. All right. You can subscribe to eGrowth with a plain vanilla registration or an annual subscription or an Inner Circle subscription. Once you subscribe to eGrowth, there are quite a few deals or offers that you get from our members. And these are some of them. Once you get subscribe to us, you can we'll let you know what are the current offers available. Okay, you can register to eGrowth at only 8,000 rupees plus GST, and this is valid for 10 years. Inner Circle comes to you at 30,000 plus GST as a very special deal. You get benefits up to 1.2 lakhs, and it is at only 15,000 rupees. If you're interested, you can get in touch with us. You can speak to Mr. Sanjeev Ahuja, 9810162028. He's the president of Inner Circle India. Or you could get in touch with Ronika Bhatia, 89209265565. She's the community manager for India. And if you want to reach out to me, you can always send a mail to me at atul@eGrowth.org. I'll respond to you, and we'll see how we can do things together. All right. So this was a little bit about CEO Talks, about eGrowth. Thanks for your patient listening. Now we're open for some questions. So I think I'll take half a minute more to introduce another awesome gentleman. His name is Mr. Harjinder Singh Cheema. He is going to be our speaker on Monday. Okay. He is also a self-made man. He owns, or does he own? Okay, let him tell whether he owns or not. So his company is Cheema Boilers Limited, which is one of the largest boiler manufacturing companies in India. So Chimaji, if you can take maybe half a minute to share about it and some suggestions. So I would, if you could grace with some suggestions to Mr. Nitin Munot.
My target of life is to produce 1,000 entrepreneurs.
Fantastic.
In the boiler sector only?
No, any sector.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Boiler sector, I don't want to produce competitors.
So Harjinder ji, you have been very peacefully, quietly listening to Mr. Nitin Munot. If you could please give some pearls of wisdom to him, I think that would be a great thing.
जो मेरी कहानी है वो नितिन जी से बहुत ज्यादा मिलती है, क्योंकि मैंने 12 साल थर्मस कंपनी में नौकरी की है, और जब हम बॉयलर बनाने लगे तो एक भी बॉयलर वो नहीं बनाया जो थर्मस कंपनी बनाती थी. हमारे सारे के सारे प्रोडक्ट 100% इन्वेंटेड है, और कई प्रोडक्ट है जो कि वर्ल्ड में पहली बार बने. So I am with.
Awesome. Thank you. So we've opened the stage for questions from all of you. Please share your questions. Let me see in the chat box if there are some questions already there.
So can I ask?
Yeah, please.
So Nitin, hi. Can sales skills actually be taught, or are they, so to say, you're born with them?
So I think I will go with the second option, that you need to be born with that, because you can learn anything, but you cannot make a person learn a sales thing. You know, it has to be inherent to come out, because you will have MBAs or a lot of learned people. They have a lot of education, but a hardcore sale is when you go out in the market, you talk to people, you get a lot of rejection, and then still you go and do that. That only can happen unless you have real so much of passion in doing what you do and love what you do.
Awesome. Any other questions?
Okay, I thought you'll be, I mean, your answer would be the first one, that yes, you can.
So that is what he is, right?
I will tell something like this, that the first option is that you can make that thing whatever and make it learn, because there are a lot of places people see that they have institutes, they can teach you about sales, but ultimately it is you who have to deliver, you have to do it. And until and unless, because sales is not that everybody like, you will have a lot of people, but they are not comfortable going and talking and getting that rejection on face of it, somebody banging the door. So it's not that easy to take it. And that's the reason selling is once you are inside the room. There are a lot of things happen when you are outside the room. That's the reason I'm saying.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah. Any other questions? Yeah. Sheetal, you want to ask something?
Actually, I missed this session because I got a problem in logging.
No problem. Okay. Anybody else? Otherwise, I will ask questions.
Bilkul, please.
Okay. So
it can revise.
No revision. So these
No, I am not telling revision.
These are master strokes which happen only once.
Okay.
And Nitin is very particular about it. मैंने जो पिछली बार मैं बोल दिया था अगली बार मत पूछना. All right. So Nitin, other than Technocrats and Corporate Connections, do you have any other companies?
Yeah, so I have another company with the name of Shreyash Electricals with my daughter, and we are doing automation of curtains and blinds there. And that's also an old company which is taken over, and my daughter is totally looking after that. And I am there just to guide at a time, but she is the one who's taking it ahead. So that's what it is. And we have got a company which is going to go forward by the name of Technocrats Group Infrastructure Private Limited. Now, this is the company we have found with a German collaboration. So about 2015-16, I had gone to Germany under the scheme of, educating the businessmen in Germany. And I was there for almost about 40 days. And then I came back and we have got this collaboration for a German company for manufacturing of this sound barrier. So, that is a company which is right under being an infrastructure company. We are taking it ahead more than Technocrats Equity System Private Limited. So that's what it is.
Awesome. Another thing, you said that you have collaborations with German firms, right? Okay, one you said is Kaba and the other one is Dorma, right? So why did you choose? Germans are among the most expensive players globally. Yes, the German engineering is definitely really respectable. So why did you choose Germans? Why not Americans? Why not maybe Japanese? Japanese are cost competitive.
So first of all, Dorma, Kaba, they have together now. This is a one entity, and we have been working with Dorma also for quite a few years in automation sector, and Kaba with their tripod turnstile flap barrier. So both we are doing together. I always believe that when you want to work with, always try to work with the best. So what is important is, because if you are not going to work with the best companies, then you have a lot of price barriers, especially from a Chinese companies. So for example, what product I'm selling in from a German company, which may be sold at say about 6 lakhs rupees, and a Chinese company can give you for 2.5 lakh rupees. But then if my funda is very clear, if you go into a competition, then you're not doing a business. You're only trying to make the invoices without checking what is the profit at the end of the year. Because what happens is, if I'm going to sell a Chinese product, if you are going to sell a Chinese product, and if somebody else is going to sell a Chinese product, how can you define what you are good at? How can you say you are different? Because for a buyer, he will say you are giving a Chinese, he is giving Chinese, and the third person is giving Chinese. So you are only going to get judged by your price and not by your quality. So if you want to give a quality, you need to stand aside and you say, okay, this is what I'm going to give, so that all these Chinese or any other make, they are in a different domain altogether. So either they say, okay, they want this product, then there is no competition with a Chinese product. So I always choose a German product, and that's the best in the world.
Fantastic.
Atul, can I ask another question?
Yeah, please. See, Nitin said one very interesting thing. He said, here is a 100 rupee note, you give me 20 rupees and you take away the 100 rupee. So here there is nobody who's ready to give the 25 paisa also to ask a question. So all those 100 rupees are mine. Okay, so for every question that I ask, Nitin has promised to give me $100. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Haji, please.
Okay, so Nitin, what is the skill set, the difference in skill set in selling products and services, or are they same?
So definitely there are differences. When you selling a service, it is something which you cannot show what you're selling. And in product, it is easy because you're going to show the difference. You have something to show and you say, okay, this is something like this works like this, and there are so many features. So there is a product selling and a concept selling. In a service, it is a more of a concept. So what you need to do is your skill set needs to be much higher when you are selling a service, because there is nothing to show in that particular case. So what is important under such a circumstances, the first most important skill, in any case it is required for everything, that when you are going for a sale is allow the opposite person, buyer, to speak more. Make your conversation more interactive so that you get what you want to from them, so that it is very easy to give them the solution. And third, in services, there is one good thing is you can give them the solution and not a product which has a restricted feature. And that's where we always win. So in my case also, when we go and meet a client, it is a combination of services and product both. So under such a circumstances, what happens is that understand the problem and try and give them the solution, which is a holistic and not an individual product. So that's how it will help.
Awesome.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. Any other questions? See, you can still plan. We got another 11 minutes. Okay. So, how many children do you have, Nitin?
I have two children. I have a elder daughter who just had her birthday, and she's 26-year-old now. And I have a son. My daughter has been having that company, as I mentioned, Shreyas, wherein she is doing the business under that particular domain. And my son is doing after diploma. He's doing an engineering in NMIMS.
Okay, fantastic. So, did your kids get enough of you while they were growing up?
I think in nowadays the kids, it is my both kids are very understanding from the young age. And when I remember when we got our daughter first in Mumbai, she would be hardly not even 5 to 6 years old. And when she realized both father and mother are going to go out, and she was the one who said, "Okay, which is the place wherein she would be now going to be kept, during the time when we are going to be out." So, the understanding is there in them from a very young age. And also the question of did they get enough of me? I think when you're doing a certain thing, at a times it becomes very difficult that spending a time. But of course, we had gone to Europe for a tour. We have done some local tours. For children at today's scenario, they need parents only at a specific age. After that, they are on their own, and it becomes too. In fact, if we try to be too much with them, they do not like it. So right now, it is more like they are on their own and they're enjoying their independence rather than being more together. And as and when they want something, of course they are reaching to me. It's like that.
Awesome. So, is your wife also working with you in business? Or what does she do?
No. So one more funda I have been carrying that you and your wife should never be in the same business. So it cannot be, as per me, it becomes a bit difficult at times to carry. So from very young age, we have always told wife, daughter, sister, girlfriend, or any such a person can always be in a different business than the same business. And that is what I've been following it. It may be, I don't know, some people may like, some people may not like, but that is what I have been doing.
Awesome. Any other tips you would like to give for, because see, in today's world, the world is changing so fast, and definitely both the parents, they're working. So some tips you'd like to give for the kids? I know this is getting into a different tangent, but this is an interesting and important thing.
I think you should follow my friend Agnalo Rajesh is doing a very interesting show with Miss Asher, and it is getting relayed every week. And
Okay.
it is especially on parenting, and one should definitely see that on that, because they are having a very much they have created a kind of a solution for that, and they're sharing it every week on a Saturday, I believe, and that one should see. I can only say that as far as the parenting is concerned, it is very important for everybody to be in the domain of a children, so that we should be more of a friends to them rather than trying to do things on our own and implementing something which is against their wishes. So it is very important that we give them the freedom of choosing the field in which they want to go, so that they will not say, I wanted to do commerce and you put me into science and now I had to do this or that. So this is very important. While choosing a career, it should be children who should be doing that, and parents should support to that.
Very, very well said. I think whatsoever time that you give to your children, that you should be 100% available to the child. Correct. So even if it is a couple of minutes in the entire day, that time nothing else comes in between me and my child. That is my my personal way of dealing with children.
Right. I think there is gentleman Mahesh Wagh has raised his hand.
Yeah, Mahesh, you can ask a question, please.
Well, I will ask question in Hindi because I
Yeah,
am
please,
not.
please.
नितीन सर,
मराठी मध्ये पण चालेल.
हो माहिती, कारण ते माझ्या जिल्ह्यातलेच आहे, कारण मी पण पुणे जिल्ह्यातलाच आहे आणि एका खेड्यातलाच आहे, इंदापूर तालुक्यातला.
ओके.
नितीन सर, माझा प्रश्न असा आहे की मी आता ऍक्च्युली 2018 पर्यंत जॉब करत होतो आणि 2 वर्षापूर्वी मी या कार रेंटल इंडस्ट्रीमध्ये काम करतो. तर मला आता कंपन्यांमध्ये असतो वगैरे, तर मला कळतंय की या कंपनीमध्ये गाड्या वापरल्या जातात, पण समोरचा पर्सन म्हणतो की नाही, आम्हाला वी आर नॉट युझिंग कार रेंटल सर्व्हिसेस. तर अशा ठिकाणी कसं काय अप्रोच आहे की बाबा आपली एंट्री तिथं होऊ शकते?
तर तुम्ही कार रेंटलच्या बिझनेस मध्ये आहात काय?
हो.
ओके. तर बघा, हे काय तुम्ही जे सांगितलं ते कार रेंटलचं असो की मला माझा प्रोडक्ट विकायचा असो की काहीही असो, काय असतं की कुठल्याही कंपनीमध्ये एखादी सर्व्हिस त्यांना एखादी कंपनी बऱ्याच वर्षांपासून देत असेल तर ती जी त्यांची बॉन्डिंग आहे ही तोडणं एवढं इझी नसतं. तर त्यांनी जो मला सांगितलं की आम्ही कार नाही वापरत आहे, म्हणजे त्यांनी तुम्हाला सांगितलं की परत आम्हाला कॉन्टॅक्ट करू नका, त्यांना एक्झिस्टिंग त्यांची जी बॉन्डिंग आहे ती तोडायची नाहीये. त्याच्यात रिझन्स काही पण असतील. तर अशा वेळेला हताश न होता तुम्ही काय सांगायचं की साहेब, तुमच्याकडे ज्या काही लोक कार वापरताय, माझ्याकडे एक नवीन कार आलेली आहे आणि ही कार मला तुम्हाला 15 दिवसासाठी तुमच्यासाठी किंवा तुमच्या बॉस साठी फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट द्यायची आहे. ड्रायव्हर माझा असेल, गाडी माझी असेल, पेट्रोल डिझेल जे असेल ते मीच देणार, पण मला हे फ्री तुम्हाला द्यायचं आहे. तुम्ही 15 दिवस ते वापरा आणि त्याच्यानंतरच मला तुमच्याशी बोलायचंय. मला काहीही नकोय, मला फक्त एवढी ऑपॉर्च्युनिटी द्या, ती फ्री आहे, त्याच्यामुळे त्याला नाही म्हणता येणार नाही. गाडी तुमच्याकडे नवीन असली पाहिजे, नसेल तर मित्राची कोणाची गाडी 15 दिवसासाठी नवीन घ्यायची, एक चांगला शोफर हॅट वगैरे घालून येऊन एक सलाम ठोकला आणि त्याच्यासमोर उभा केला तर मला वाटत नाही की तो एकदाही तुम्हाला प्रश्न विचारेल. आणि एकदा तुमची गाडी आत आली, मग त्याच्यानंतर तुम्ही त्याला कसं कन्वर्ट करता हे प्रत्येक आपल्या याच्यावर असतं. आणि हे फक्त कार रेंटल मध्ये नाहीये. ह्याच फॉर्म्युलाप्रमाणे मी पण ज्या वेळेला एखादा प्रोडक्ट 15,000 रुपये पर स्क्वेअर मीटरनी जात होता, त्यावेळेला मी तो 3,000 रुपये स्क्वेअर मीटरनी विकून तो लॉस सहन करून मी त्या ह्याच्यामध्ये आज नंबर 1 आहे इंडियामध्ये. सो ही थेरी तुम्ही फॉलो करू शकता.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So let me try and share this for the others who've not understood the piece. Okay. So Mahesh says that he is into car rentals and he goes to a company and the company says, I already have my relationships or I don't want to use your services. And what Nitin says is that to get your foot into the door, you offer them a car, a brand new car for 15 days at no cost. Once they have tested your service, then there's a fair possibility that they may try it out. So this is what Nitin would say, selling ice to an Eskimo.
Nitinji, Saurabh here. I have seen that you have been doing trading and now you are having a joint venture with German company and doing manufacturing also.
Right.
So just wanted to understand which profile you like and what challenges you have when you started manufacturing, because that's a very tedious job where you are already doing a trading part and running a complete business.
So I think when you start any venture, you must be very clear in your mind. So are you good in manufacturing or are you good in a product to sell after manufacturing? So when we started, we had no option but to start manufacturing, because what product we had started, there were hardly any companies who were doing that. So we started with a manufacturing, but we realized at certain level that when you are putting so much of efforts in manufacturing, the returns what you are supposed to get, you are not getting that. So then what is the best solution? So wherein you can still be called as a manufacturer, but you are not involved as a manufacturing activity per se. So best way is outsourcing this thing. So now it is very easy to outsource your manufacturing to the companies who can get you the same product done, manufactured by putting their own money and giving us, and then you can give a letter of credit or any bank facilities to them to so that their payment problem is solved. Whereas when I started manufacturing, we have faced a lot of problem because I had come from a humble background. We had no money to do anything.
Sorry.
Yeah, no issues. So when I also started manufacturing, I had actually had no money, and what I did is I went literally to each and every person, right from Kurla to Thana, where I got motors, I got some product from somewhere, and everybody I convinced to give me a product without giving them a penny, and then I went back and given to them. So those were the days where people had faith in people, which may not happen today. So best thing is, if you think you are very good in manufacturing and your skill set is very high in manufacturing, then you should think of manufacturing. If not, the best thing is you design a product and get somebody to manufacture that product rather than getting into that activity, because there are much more things you can do when you are actually marketing that rather than manufacturing. So right now I'm outsourcing the most of the thing, though I'm called as a manufacturer.
Awesome. Thank you. So we are at 4:01. We have just completed the conversation. There is one more question. I think Rajiv, he has a question. We'll take that question and then we'll complete for the day. Rajiv?
Yeah, I'm sorry. नितिन जी, मैं आपको बहुत अच्छी तरह से जानता हूँ. नीलांबरी was with me in Hira, Vienna Hira, and we were together. लेकिन मैं 4-5 महीने से मैंने अभी छोड़ दिया है क्योंकि आई एम नाउ, मेरी कैटेगरी वहाँ फोटोग्राफर की थी और अभी चाणक्य के ऊपर मैं काम कर रहा हूँ. तो ये जो प्रोजेक्ट के ऊपर अभी जो मैं काम कर रहा हूँ उसमें डॉक्टर राधा कृष्ण पिल्लई और बहुत सारे लोग हैं, और इसको मैं अभी ऑनलाइन गेम बनाने को जा रहा हूँ. लेकिन उसके लिए मुझे आपकी गाइडेंस की और आपसे मिलने की बहुत टाइम से इच्छा थी. लेकिन लास्ट वीक ही मेरा एंजियोप्लास्टी हुआ है, मैं ज़्यादा बोल भी नहीं पा रहा हूँ अभी. तो मैंने आपका नंबर लिया है. आई विल कॉन्टेक्ट यू एंड पर्सनली मीट यू इफ यू कैन गिव मी मोर आइडिया अबाउट माय प्रोजेक्ट.
श्योर, आप पहले स्वस्थ हो जाए और हम जरूर आगे बात करेंगे, और जो भी आपको हेल्प चाहिए जरूर हम कर सकते हैं. जूम कॉल हम दोनों भी कर सकते हैं. आई एम ऑलवेज अवेलेबल, डोंट वरी.
All right. So so Rajiv ji, get well soon. And Nitin, thanks a lot. It has been a really powerful session. Okay, we went through different domains. It's awesome to know a person from different aspects, as a business owner, as a family man, as a manufacturer, and so many more things. So thanks a lot for your time. I'm sure it is valuable for everybody else. Let us touch base again and see what else we can do together. All right.
Yes.
Any last remarks on your side?
Thank you, Atul. Thank you all for joining, and thank you all my Technocrats family who have been supporting me for many years. Without you, I wouldn't have been. Thank you, my family, my wife, and my children to support me. So because of that, I can be what I am.
Thank
today.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
All
Nitin.
right. Awesome. So our next awesome conversation is going to be with Mr. H.S. Chima. It will be on Monday, 3 o'clock. That will be as powerful or maybe more powerful than this. All right. See, he's a boiler guy, you know. He'll be steaming through it. All right. And tomorrow morning we meet for Industry Connect, and day after tomorrow for Chapal. Morning 9:30. All right. Okay. Bye. See you.